Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm just getting all set up here. Um, as always, I'll give it a couple of minutes here while I get the chat pulled up. I'm getting the Q&A pulled up, all the things. Q&A is open. If you guys have any questions throughout this, comments, this is a free-flowing discussion today, as usual. Feel free to use that Q&A there to ask me any questions. I'm happy to take little detours because at the end of the day, this webinar, this presentation, all of this is for you guys. Yeah, just want to make sure that you guys feel like this is something where you can just ask any questions you want. This is something where you guys can come in and get a lot of value out of this, and I want to make sure that we're really catering this to you at the end of the day. Um, Let me just get one more thing set up on this screen for the attendees. T. All right. Okay. All right, guys. I think I've given enough time for people to funnel in. We still have some more people funneling in, which is awesome. But let's just jump right in here. Today is going to be about ChatGPT's web browser. So, if you guys did not know, there is a web browser out there that is completely developed by AI company OpenAI. I'm going to give you guys really a overview. I've spent a lot of time like going into exactly what this thing can do. I personally, being the AI nerd that I am, I use it every day. I encourage the people, the developers and the support people at Contracts Connected, which is like my full-time gig. If you guys don't know, it's a startup that I have in AI document analyzing, back office automation for construction companies. But I encourage everybody at our team to use Atlas. I imagine that I'm going to spark some questions here. So feel free to just stop me, put it in the Q&A. I'll answer it. All right, let's get into it. The first slide here is just like a little bit of an overview. ChatGPT Atlas is basically a next generation web browser from OpenAI. It's designed to basically redefine how you guys interact online, and it's truly changing my life. The more that I lean into it, the more I'm just like, man, how it's basically like how did I write all these emails every day before? Now it's just taking it to the next level. It's like how did I basically browse and how did I interact with things without this before? I do imagine that, Google Chrome is going to start upgrading and leaning more into AI. I think AI is really going to just take a hold on our lives, and really come into the platforms that we're already using. Basically, OpenAI has built ChatGPT's AI capabilities into the browser environment, allowing users to receive instant responses, context-aware assistance, which is my favorite piece of this, which I will go into in more detail. And then at the end of this, I'm going to actually show you, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to open up the AI browser and we're going to interact with it. Perform various tasks without switching tabs or applications, make web navigation more intuitive and efficient. There's still some weird things where I'm just like, they didn't really build this correctly, but yeah. So basically, let's talk about what is GPT Atlas. So ChatGPT Atlas is an innovative web browser launched by OpenAI. It isn't that new. It did get launched last year at the very end, and I've been using it since the day that I was like on the wait list. So I've been using it for a while now. I've seen them make some massive improvements. I have a really good grasp and understanding, and I can now take that and kind of share these experiences with you guys in this webinar. But it essentially is going to take ChatGPT and put it integrated into your framework of like how you're interacting with the web right now. Built on the robust Chromium engine, so Atlas is going to offer a familiar browser experience with standard features like an address bar, tabs, bookmarks, and it enhances with AI Copilot, which is ready to assist users with instant answers, context-aware help, and the ability to perform tasks directly within the browser. And this history here is like, you guys are going to see how I'm going to demo this to you guys. It's like rapid fire. Like, I use it. I basically create like 100 new chats a day with it, but it doesn't put it in my normal ChatGPT like chat history because it knows that it's just like one and done, one and done, one and done. I'm not interacting with it. I'm not working through problems with it and stuff like that. So it does keep it separated from your main, chat account. All right, key features here. So, AI assistant everywhere, the sidebar and inline help. So, ChatGPT Atlas features an AI sidebar. It's always going to be accessible on your right-hand side of your screen, which I'm going to show you guys. And it can be opened on any web page, allowing users to ask questions or get contextual help. The key thing is like, yes, AI has been super useful for us in terms of like working through emails, replying to emails, so on and so on. But a lot of what it's helpful with requires copy and paste, right? This is removing that need to copy and paste anything completely out of your workflow, which is oftentimes like the longest piece, right? Copy and paste it to get it into your ChatGPT chat, and then you copy and paste it to get it out of your ChatGPT chat. It's literally like it's gonna write it straight in, and then you click one button and it pastes it in right where it should go. It's pretty cool. All right. Browser memory and context. So the browser includes an optional browser memory feature that enables ChatGPT to remember key information from previously visited sites. This allows users to receive personalized assistance, for example, by summarizing job postings seen in the past week or suggesting next steps based on previous interactions. It can also help you fill things out. So if you're filling the same forms out over and over and over again, it can basically say, okay, well, based on the last four forms you filled out last week, you probably want to fill this one in the same way. So let me take a stab at it. Agent mode, AI that can act for you. So this is where things get really, really crazy. I've used this already a few times to book travel. Basically like giving it a prompt on the left or right hand side and a tab, and then I basically say find the cheapest direct flight from here to here, and it's it's pretty cool. It controls the screen, it reads the screen, it pulls in the context, and it's able to do all of that. It can even go as far as booking things for you, and the cool thing about this is it can also be logged in to certain things. So you can give it access to be logged in to your, accounts and stuff like that, and it can actually do that work for you while you're logged into different platforms, project management platforms, accounting platforms, whatever you have. All right, privacy and control features. Atlas is emphasizing user privacy with robust controls, including incognito mode, that not only prevents browser history from being saved, but also signs users out of ChatGPT during the session in that window. Users can manage data visibility per site and then choose which information to allow AI to access. So you're seeing this kind of start to lean towards enterprise, right? So if companies want to give enterprise accounts, ChatGPT accounts to all of their employees, but they don't want ChatGPT, even though it's closed and they're not sharing and you're not improving the model for everyone, you have all those settings configured. They don't want it to see their like bank balances. They don't want it to see like other sensitive information. So you could actually limit which pages it's able to interact with and which ones it's not. This is going to feel really natural in terms of the interface. So, despite its advanced features, Atlas maintains a familiar interface based on Chromium, which is Google Chrome. Basically, it's the framework it's starting out with, resembling proper browsers like Chrome and Edge. It includes traditional elements such as tabs, bookmarks, and seamlessly integrates those AI functionalities, allowing users to transition smoothly between familiar and innovative browsing experiences. The key difference here is the main thing that I see that's different is when I, click into the URL bar, it doesn't traditionally return a like a Google result with links. It'll give you an AI first result, and then you can opt into the Google view, you can opt into the picture view, you can opt into these other things, which I'll show you guys how that works. AI assistant everywhere. So ChatGPT Sidebar is an innovative feature of the Atlas browser. This is what I use the most. I use this literally multiple times an hour. I'm not kidding, and I'm kind of teaching my team at Contracts Connected to do the same. Basically, this is when it's enabled, the AI can analyze the content of the page, provide any contextuality or on contextually relevant answers, helping users to find information, summarize text, or perform specific actions without disrupting their browser experience. So again, it's taking away that action of like copy paste, and having ChatGPT in a different browser. Browser context. So with this memories feature, Atlas users can basically recall essential details from previously visited websites. So like what was the price of that, or was it cheaper here or cheaper there if you're price comparing, or what was the project name of that project that I was looking at, or what's the phone number for this vendor that I was on their website for, stuff like that. AI that can basically act for you. This is a super powerful piece here. This is going to be you getting more comfortable with this agentic flow. There this year, and by the way, ChatGPT, OpenAI confirmed literally like yesterday that they will be releasing some AI native hardware. So like think like an Apple Watch type of device that ChatGPT is going to release, confirmed in 2026. They haven't told us what it is yet, but their goal is to basically lean into stuff they can release now that helps us interact with AI in a more natural way. So you'll see more stuff coming out around that. But this is basically introducing you and kind of like a gateway for you to start working with AI in a way that it does work for you. So agent mode, which I'll try to demo with you guys here at the end, basically is inside your browser now, and it's an active agent capable of executing tasks within the browser. This feature is going to allow users to issue commands such as finding products, filling out forms, and navigating websites effectively, automating complex workflows without manual intervention. So, if you have an email and it's like, oh, you got to create this account to, submit invoices over here, you can literally say, like, the invoice is on my Google Drive. I got this email to create this account to submit my invoice. Go set a password, email me the password, and grab that invoice from the Google Drive and upload it. It can do things like that right now. It's pretty cool. Privacy and control. I think that this is obviously a hot topic for construction specifically and enterprise companies specifically, but Atlas is going to basically incorporate this comprehensive privacy measures, the same that you're seeing on ChatGPT, stuff like that. AI companies are very sensitive to this. They know that you guys care about your information and they're going to give you the controls. That's kind of it. Do I think that they are as robust as they should be sometimes? No. But really, what you guys just shouldn't be interacting with is anything that's like regulated. So if you guys are a federal construction company, just don't be interacting with CUI data, controlled unclassified information, stuff like that. Otherwise, I think that with the privacy settings completely maxed out, you're okay in my opinion. But again, not legal advice. It's just how I'm running my company, how I'm running my data, and how I'm coaching my team. All right. So, here's a couple of like use cases and workflows that I wanted to just put in here. Again, as with every webinar I do, I try to build this for construction, but I try to generalize it, right? So whether you're a plumber here, whether you're a general contractor, whether you're an AE firm, whether you're a project manager, whether you're a contract administrator, I want this to just spark ideas for you. So, jumping in here, basically. We are used to using ChatGPT for a lot of these things. This is just going to enhance your workflow. It's going to speed up your workflow. It's going to make it faster. It's going to make it more fun, in my opinion. as fun as it could be. So faster research and information gathering. So Atlas significantly enhances the research efficiency, allowing users to quickly extract key information from lengthy articles or documents instead of sifting through pages of text. Users can now highlight sections and ask ChatGPT to summarize or clarify content, making it easier to gather insights without the hassle or manual searches. So this is another feature that I haven't really told you guys about yet. I basically said it can use context on the page that you're viewing to interact with it, but it can also interact with things if you highlight, right? So if I highlight text in an email and so on, it's going to be able to get back to me. Content creation and writing assistance. This is what I use it for the most. I think we're all using it for this. Our inboxes are just, you know, a war zone, arguably sometimes, and this really does help. And even using the talk to text feature helps even more. So I'll show you guys how I use that. I don't want to waste too much time. We all know how to reply to an email with ChatGPT. Automating routine tasks. So Atlas's agent mode allows users to automate repetitive tasks and workflows that typically require multiple steps. For instance, a user can instruct AI to handle online shopping or fill out forms or book travel arrangements. Streamlining the process would otherwise consume valuable time and effort. So once you guys get to a level of comfortability, which I'm basically at right now, I think my next challenge for it is I have a conference for the Association of General Contractors in March in Orlando. It's like their annual conference that we're going to have a booth at for Contracts Connected. And I'm literally going to do an experiment where you can give Atlas agent, like it can have that like pre-saved credit card information and it will literally book the travel. Like it will go all the way through the checkout process. It will go all the way through and literally hit complete and purchase it. So you're getting more closer and closer to like that personal assistant here. All right, applications for construction. Basically, Atlas is going to serve as a vital tool in managing those day-to-day operations, all the tedious stuff, the mind-numbing stuff, the I got to reply to that, so I got to reply to that, from drafting client communications to automating follow-ups to calculating material estimates and researching building codes. The integration of AI simplifies many aspects of this construction management, allowing professionals to focus on more site work and client engagement. And really, our goal here, as our goal is at Contracts Connected, is like mindless stuff, automatable stuff, repeatable stuff. Um, it can be done by AI, and the more that we can automate that stuff and use AI to automate that stuff, like everybody in their career has like value creating activities in their day-to-day operations, and then they have that like mundane like must do. We're really at the point in this AI journey that we're able to kind of automate this like mundane required work stuff. So going on here, we'll get into that. But content creation and writing assistance, we all know about that. I have these slides built out a little bit more because I'm starting to share these slides with our AI community afterwards, and I want people to be able to kind of go through this without me talking through it, although they do have access to the recordings. But automating routine tasks, that's going to be a big one. And then we have like basically client communication that we can automate here. We have follow up and sales pipeline. If you guys are on like marketing teams and so on, contractors can basically tailor follow up sequences. And you can basically say, hey, like AI agent, go find this person's contact information, then go to my Gmail, then create an email and follow up with them on this, bid that I put in or something. Estimating and takeoffs by scanning blueprints and project plans, Atlas can quickly calculate materials and quantities and suggest accurate estimates. This function saves hours of manual calculations, streamlining project planning. And if you guys weren't part of the ChatGPT 5.2 webinar or the last webinar about, document interaction, 5.2 is basically a leap forward as far as like understanding blueprints, drawings, and so on. And in terms of Atlas, when you're using Atlas, every time GPT upgrades their chat from 5.2 to 6 potentially. We're supposed to get a new GPT model here in the first quarter of 2026, which is exciting. But every time they upgrade their model, you're getting massive upgrades to your web browser. You're getting massive upgrades to your workflows. And it's the same thing. We build contracts connected on the back of different AI models, and every time that AI model releases, we get a huge improvement to our platform. It's like the AI models developers are working for us, although they're obviously not. We're just APIing and using their technology. Supply chain and ordering. So Atlas enhances supply chain management, by remembering frequently ordered items. Contractors can easily reorder materials or compare prices across different suppliers. If you visited one page and you're like, oh, what was the price of that? Let me go back and look. You don't need to do that anymore. You'd be like, what was the last price that I saw for this, gauge of sheet metal or something like that. Scheduling and logistics, the browser can also help streamline scheduling by integrating mapping tools or calendars, allowing contractors to plan site visits, deliveries, and client meetings effectively, optimizing their daily workflow. Start to think of this browser as more than just a browser. It's becoming your personal assistant now. It's able to now interact with your calendar. It's able to interact with your email. It's able to write things. It's able to go look up people's information, stuff that you would typically hire a personal assistant to start doing for you, managing your inbox and so on. Now you can essentially just say hands off, ChatGPT's Atlas has it. Compliance and documentation. So Atlas aids in compliance by quickly researching local building codes and safety regulations, helping, contractors ensure their projects can meet those legal requirements without extensive manual searching. And then marketing and showcasing work. Construction professionals can leverage Atlas to create marketing content. It can literally go log into your Google Drive, create a presentation, put the presentation together, go to your website, figure out what it needs to put in the presentation. Like, it's getting to that point. It's getting to that level of smart. So there's other AI, once ChatGPT launches something, Claude launches something, Gemini launches something, and so on. And I was basically telling my team this morning, we were talking about this webinar because they like to know how many people are going to come to them. And this webinar, I was really hoping for over 200 people, but we got up to 194. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to 200, which is cool. But he was basically joking that like, oh yeah, like I have Atlas. We're trying some stuff, but like I'm sure Google Chrome's gonna come out with the same stuff in 2 weeks, because that's just how AI has been. They're all working on the same stuff because they all have insiders at every company like leading them and warning them. But I wanted to talk about Geminis and Claudes and stuff like that, just because. I know not everybody in here is a ChatGPT only user. So while Atlas is one of several innovative tools in the emerging AI browser market, competing browsers like Microsoft Edge or Perplexity's Comet and Opera are integrating AI capabilities into their platforms, each with unique features and functionalities designed to enhance user experience. While Atlas excels with its autonomous agent mode and memory features, other alternatives focus on various aspects such as privacy, ease of use, and integration with existing ecosystems. In my opinion, nobody's really touching or even close to what Atlas can do yet. ChatGPT is definitely leading the charge on this, but I would not doubt it within the next 3 months, AI is going to come out with like different kind of things around Claude and around Gemini for these different browser experiences. And you might think, oh, well, Gemini is already built into my browser experience. It's going to be different. It's when I show you guys this demo here in a few slides, you're going to see the difference. So, as usual, I want you guys always to walk away from this knowing the pros and the cons. It's not all sunshines and rainbows, but there is some limitations here. So, currently, ChatGPT Atlas is only available on Mac operating systems. Windows and mobile versions should be out. I think that they said it's like this month. So it's definitely still useful for you guys to see this, but I'm going to be using it on a Apple device. And then in terms of learning curve workflow changes, users may need to adjust their browsing habits when using Atlas. I've certainly had a kind of a step-by-step approach. It's going to be something you just get used to and you start to leverage more and more and more. I'm going to show you guys how I'm using it today. Accuracy and hallucinations. Despite advanced capabilities, ChatGPT Atlas may generate incorrect or misleading information, known as a hallucination. I think I've gone over hallucinations in almost every single webinar, but if you don't know or you're new here, basically a hallucination is just when ChatGPT makes stuff up because it doesn't know the answer, or it makes stuff up because it's like it got too much context, it got tired, or it got confused, and then it kind of errored out and it just spat out an answer because it knew it needed to produce some sort of answer. So users need to always review things as usual, but ChatGPT again is leading the charge. They have some of the best hallucination rates in the AI space right now, meaning they are one of the most accurate, if not the most accurate. The introduction of agentic browsing raises, security concerns. Malicious websites might attempt to manipulate the agent with hidden commands. This is all new stuff. So while you and I can somewhat, depending on your technical abilities, you and I can sometimes understand, oh, this is a scam. Don't enter my information in here. Like once you start trusting these browsers to the point where you're giving it credit card information, you're giving it stuff to go buy things for you, to book things, to book travel, um, you need to be aware that, I'm not sure, but it's something that I thought of and I wanted to put in here. I'm not sure to what extent these AI browsers are going to be able to understand what's a scam and what's not a scam. If you think of older generations getting scammed easily because these pop-ups look so real, and these emails look so real, or these text messages look so real. This is something that I don't think anybody's talking about yet that I've thought about that I'm like, if certain people that are on like real humans online can't really tell the difference between like a scam and something legit, like, oh, you have like so many errors on your or viruses, you need to download this virus protection thing, but the virus protection thing is actually the virus you're downloading. Like, how is the AI agent even going to know that, right? So, just something that I don't think many people are talking about that just you just need to be aware of. It's not that you shouldn't use this. I just like to give you guys the pros and the cons, and then you guys can make your decision on how you integrate it within your workflows. Privacy trade-offs. Using Atlas to its fullest potential might involve sharing significant browsing data with OpenAI servers, leading to potential privacy concerns. Users must carefully assess what data they're comfortable sharing and consider disabling certain features. You can also block it from seeing certain sites and so on. Again, this is like the early days of this AI browsing experience, and the security features that are out are good, but I imagine they're going to get even better as the days go on. Not a complete browser replacement yet. So while I mentioned that I do use Atlas every single day, I have one of these like crazy nerd um, uh, computer screens right here that's like super long, so I can have like multiple windows up. I always have Atlas and Chrome up for now. I'm using both consistently. I use them for different things. Basically, all my emailing I'm doing in Atlas, all my research, all of my um, like we have a support ticket system. I'm doing all of that in Atlas. Anything that has to do with writing, I'm doing all in Atlas. Anything that has to do with research, I'm doing all in Atlas. But there are a few different things like our accounting and stuff that's I'm still doing over in Chrome. So I imagine that I do kind of transition to 100% to Atlas eventually, but just to be fully transparent with you guys, I've been using Atlas for maybe like 4 months, like I don't know. I think it's been out for 3 or 4 months. I've been using it since the day it came out, and I still use Wolf. So it has not gotten me to fully transition yet. There were a couple of bugs at the beginning that I definitely didn't want to transition. Now I think those bugs are kind of ironed out, but Certain websites or applications may not function optimally with these AI features, and some advanced developer tools may be limited. So, again, Atlas is free. Advanced features like agent mode. I mean, you can have the cheapest, like I think it's $20 a month. You can basically use everything. And if you're not, I think that everybody should have some sort of paid AI plan. You if you're not using a paid AI plan, you're just not leveraging things to the fullest extent. And I think it's just that you haven't leaned into it enough. If you haven't kind of hit those like paid walls that they have in their different accounts, I think that's a sign that maybe you should try to lean into it a little bit more and try to push the limits or find more areas in your workday where you can bring it in. Competitive and ethical considerations. So there are chats out there, message boards that I read and stuff like that. But as AI browsers become more prevalent, there may be a competitive and ethical implications for website owners. Some sites might optimize for AI interaction, while others could block agents completely, leading to a shift in how web content is accessed and consumed. So if you think of like the reCAPTCHA like prove you're not a bot. I don't know how well GPT is able to do with that yet, but I'm gonna get into the demo next, and we have quite a bit of time here to do a bunch of different demos here. But as AI technology evolves, ChatGPT Atlas is basically poised for continuous enhancements, promising a more integrated user-friendly experience. Upcoming features such as multi-profile support, think like oh, I have a personal version and I have a work version, it can actually basically put a hard line in the sand for both of those, which Chrome has tried to do, but I don't really utilize it. GPT apps will expand its capabilities, making it a versatile tool for both personal and professional use. So now for the fun parts. And I'm going to stop my screen share. I'm going to open up a new Atlas browser window and we're gonna dive in. All right. Let me just have to reset this stuff, share, and we have our Atlas tab here. And then I need to re-bring up our participants window and the QA so I don't miss anything, you guys. All right. All right. And feel free to stop me at any point, guys, and ask me any questions that you might have while I'm working through this. So right off the bat, you'll see that it feels like ChatGPT, right? So this is going to be like Auto Instant Thinking Pro. This is if you guys came to the 5.2 webinar, you know that you can switch between these and they're all going to take different amounts of time. I leave it in auto. I'm going to see that I have my chat histories here. And then I see that it's basically like almost like a Google search. And depending on how you prompt this, this will either start a normal conversation with ChatGPT or it will go into a web search. So I'm going to search up, um, so you'll see here, it's basically knowing that I'm probably looking for some sort of like Google result. It does use Google as its search engine here. So they have not yet built their own um, uh, search engine here. But you'll see that when I search things, this is going to come in with almost like a ChatGPT type of answer here, right? So with this, this is going to give me a brief summary, but not really links. I can click these links if I want, but really what I want to do is I want to go to this search tool if I want a traditional Google result here. I can go here for images, I can go here for videos, and I can go here for news. So it's still giving you that full control here of what we have going on, but you're able to quickly switch between the different results that you get. Now, if I wanted to, go to uh, ask it to come into my email, let me just pull up an email here on my other Atlas thing. and get one that I'm gonna share with you guys. All right. Because I want you guys to see how I'm using it the most. All right. So if I open up my email here, and then I'm gonna pull it over to this screen for you guys. This is how I'm using it the most right now. And let me know if you guys can't see this. But you can see on the left-hand side here, you have Ask ChatGPT, right? And then what you can do is this Ask ChatGPT is basically able to read the screen at all times. So traditionally, what you've had to do is you've had to copy and paste into ChatGPT, say, reply like this, and then copy and paste back here. So you can basically come in here and you can ask it to filter your entire inbox, like starting from your main inbox. You can have this group your emails by project. Think, construction project. You can have it go in, open, and summarize your unread emails for you, so you know what to open and what to understand. Or you can see here that it's basically looking at this email now. You can see exactly what it's looking at here. And you could reply, and you could either type a normal reply, but I use this dictate more often than not. And I just want to reply to this and let him know that I'm available on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time and Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And I also wanted to follow up with him and see if they won that award that they are working on. Um, uh, Basically winning from the Navy. So once you click this, dictate is much quicker than typing, and I can send this off. It's going to reference this. And if you guys have a really long thread, let's say with like 50 emails in this thread, it will actually read and reference that entire 50 email thread. So now the cool part is you're basically going to be able to come in here and you now have an insert button. So it's going to perfectly insert that automatically. There's no copy and pasting needed, and I can send this off, right? So it makes it much, much faster to interact back and forth, back and forth. Now, let's say that I had this here and I wanted to, or I typed this out, and I don't have this open. Inside Atlas, you have access to ChatGPT at all times. So if you want, you can always highlight things and you can have it rewrite things. You can have it give you context on things and so on. So I actually want to just offer Wednesday at 10 and PST and make this short. You'll see that it will basically start working right in line with your text. So it's removing this kind of like update need of like copy paste, or copy edit. It's able to work with and kind of like analyze things piece by piece by piece here. Now, I'm going to basically open up a new tab here. And let's say I'm doing like I want to look for flights, right? So a cool piece is you have access to this on any type. So you can ask it to help you plan a trip. You can basically ask it to you for like research ideas and help like coming up with a trip. Or you can say, what do I have upcoming? Go through my email, find all my flights. I just need a travel summary. I'm going from this conference to that conference, and I have a wedding here, and I got to go here. Like, where am I going to be for the next, 3 weeks? But what I wanted to show you specifically is in this plus icon, you have all the same access to all of the same tools. So you have your browser memory, which is unique to this ability of ChatGPT only. That's basically it remembers those pages that you've gone to. It remembers the context within those pages, which is really cool for like, hey, what did I say here? Or like, where was that project? Or what was that project's address? I don't want to look it up again. Can you remember it? Stuff like that. But I want to go into agent mode because I want to show you guys exactly how this works. And you'll see that logged in versus logged out. So you can be logged into your account or you can use it from a logged out perspective. Think, your project management solutions. If you're going to start using this to do repetitive, repeating kind of tasks and stuff like that, have it logged into your accounts so it can actually work on things for you. And then you can actually also use a cloud browser here. So wouldn't be using your local machine to browse this, but I'm going to do it on my local machine. I need to fly from LAX to Orlando and want the cheapest direct flight on, um, I think it's like 320. Help me find the best option. So agent mode is now going to take control of my browser here, and it's reading this web page, and you're going to be able to watch it interact. And I can go off to a new tab, and I can continue working while my assistant is working on this page here, which is pretty cool. So it's going to show you its entire thought process, and the more complex this is, and you can also, just so you know, like take control or you can stop it at any time if you see it's going off the rails a little bit. But essentially, what we're going to see is it's going to break this complex task down into as few kind of like clicks as possible. And then it's going to be able to interact and kind of execute on these things step by step by step here. So this is part of 5.2 where it's able to handle like more complex problems, more complex documents, as we saw. Can handle like now a context window up to like a 300-page PDF document, which finally it's able to process these large PDFs that construction's interacting with. But you're gonna see it work just like your assistant. So whether you need to go look up the phone number for a vendor, whether you need to go look up a point of contact email for a vendor, an address for a vendor, you could literally just send the agent off to go find it for you, and then go off and start replying to your emails using this simultaneously. So keep in mind, this is not going to crowd out your ChatGPT kind of like memory over on the left-hand side. You can just keep hitting new every time you want to start a new thing. So you can see if I have different ChatGPT assistants open in each tab here, helping me do different things. I have just taken what was already a really powerful tool just within like a browser window on my Chrome tab, and I've just like unlocked so much more capabilities and so much more kind of productivity here. So I don't know if you guys have any ideas on what you want it to do next as well, but I can continue to kind of like spit out different examples. So if I go to like you know, uh, where is this? I just want to Google it. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to kind of like display to you guys is you can use the agent to kind of analyze this as well. But I'm basically going to just say like, you can have it go do research. You can see that it's using this context here. It's able to read these things and it's able to give you that summary. So you can continue to work with that. Let's go take a look back here. It isn't the fastest, I will say, but it is the agent is the only thing that is still not super fast here. Otherwise, everything in terms of like your traditional speed here is going to be kind of there. In terms of the browser memory function, you could also start asking it questions about other pages you've visited in the past if you're shopping for something. If you're shopping for things or like buying office supplies or you're researching different materials for a project, you can basically set it off to say, go, put together the top three cheapest options to buy, X amount of this and get it shipped by this date. So, yeah, this is gonna continue to work here. I do want to basically give you guys also, as usual, the opportunity. I have our free 7-day access here to the AI Blueprint, which is a construction focused AI group. And I basically am coming out. I'm actually filming our next course here. It's coming out, I think, next week. I'm filming it on Thursday, but we already have 70 members in here. The price is going to go up after 100. It's going to double in price. So I've given you guys basically in this chat as a thank you for coming, the free link to join. You get a 7-day free trial in here with the link for coming today. You get all of the webinars. You get all of the presentations I've ever made. I have about 50 different courses in there about, basically getting started with AI to advanced prompting. And then I also have, you know, different posts I'm doing every single day. We have different people across the entire world in there. I think we have people all the way from Europe to somebody in Australia to people all over the United States, people in Canada, even people in Bulgaria and Poland. So if you guys are interested in kind of learning even a little bit more, use that 7-day free trial, go in there and watch the courses. My goal for you guys in this is like, hopefully you're walking away from this like learning something. Even if you just learned one thing today and you guys got your mind open to a new way of working, a new way of using these tools, a new way of like interacting with AI, you're going to be able to kind of just have this planted as a seed in the back of your mind. And as that seed continues to sprout, and as you guys are in your day-to-day operations, I just want you to be looking for opportunities. Just knowing that these tools exist, knowing what these tools can do, when you might not have the exact idea on how you're going to work with it every day right now, but if you guys are in your day-to-day and you're like, oh, well, like this is like the fourth time I'm doing this week. You can program these AI tools to kind of do this work for you. And as usual, I just want to, as we watch this AI agent work here inside of the Atlas browser, I just want to reiterate that I do this for you guys, not for me. I've already been using this for 3 months. These trainings are specifically for you guys, and I really want to create these trainings for you and what you are worried about, what you are thinking about, what you want to learn. And without your guys' input, without your guys' guidance, I make my best guesses around something that I think could be useful for you guys. And I try to apply it to a lot of different industries within construction and a lot of different position types. But I really would love it if you guys had ideas and you have a question that crosses your mind, email it to me. If you're in the community, you can DM me. I'm very accessible. Zach.kerber@contractsconnected.com is my direct email. I want to make this for you guys. And if you're thinking it, if you might have a question about it, there's a chance that other people have that same question as well. So I just want to make that like extremely clear that these are for you guys. And if I knew what you guys were struggling with every single day, I could better build those. I do my best guesses here. So on the right-hand side, we basically got our options. So cheapest nonstop flight to Orlando, and I could have been off doing all kinds of different stuff here, while this was working. And then I come back to this, and my assistant has put together a couple of options for me. So basically, I can now follow up with this, and I can ask it to go ahead and get me to the booking page where I can just kind of execute these. Additionally, like I've asked this to plan out road trips for me, to research blogs. I'm like, hey, I'm driving from San Diego to San Francisco, research all of the different places that I could stop and pull off the road and stuff like that, and put together a road trip itinerary with me with pictures and stuff like that. And it went and built a Google document with all of those different pictures and items within that. So the options are really endless here. This is a tool that can be applied to almost every different type of like scenario of work or travel, or using it as a personal assistant, looking up information, looking up addresses, going and finding flight options, hotel options. It can really go as deep as you want it to go. And this is just like a tiptoe into the space. There also, just so you guys know, that in terms of these other, Gemini and stuff like that, nobody's at this like agentic level. That's why I really wanted to focus on you guys watching it control my screen for a second, because nobody else out there is truly leaned into this like agentic tool set within their browsers yet. Um, if I had to put money on it, they're all going to have it at some point, right? So regardless of your AI platform, whether it's Gemini, Claude, so on, you're going to see this become more and more and more kind of normal, even on our phones. But they're introducing us to a way of working now where agentic work is basically doing things for us instead of just spitting out information. ChatGPT would never be able to do this without actually being able to browse the web on its own, click through things, find things, and so on. So, yeah, if you guys have a Q&A kind of question, I'm going to stick around. We're wrapping a little bit early today. I want to know things that you guys are thinking about, that you guys are worried about, that you guys want to learn, that you guys are struggling with, that you guys have problems with. Otherwise, you guys have access to this free trial here. And I'm going to share this other tab instead. Boom, boom, boom. This is where all of our current people are in the world. I love looking at this map every day. So these are all of our users in the AI community. I put it in the chat here. In terms of what goes on in this community, I literally post in here all the time. Like 17 hours ago, I basically put in a full PDF that was basically like a construction AI workflow audit. And I wanted to give this audit tool to all of our users in here for them to be able to kind of understand like where their company kind of falls in this, like, are we, just beginning in AI? And if we are, what's the next steps? So this is going to give you a full kind of like AI roadmap and audit. It's pretty cool. Spent a good amount of time making that, and it's a scorecard for everybody. I announced what the webinars are going to be ahead of time. And in this classroom, if you guys haven't already, I have a ton of videos in here just getting started with AI, and then I have a ton of videos around advanced prompting. And the third course, I'm actually filming Thursday of this week. So there's gonna be another course in there. And then all of our webinars are also put in here, along with all of the PDF guides and resources that we create for all of our classroom people in here. So this is a lot of really cool, useful information. I post in here almost every single day with some sort of infographic that I spend a lot of time making for these community members. We're growing. I think we had like 4 or 5 people join today. So I imagine we're going to cross the 100 mark probably before the end of the month, if not beginning of next month. So if you want to get in there, the 7-day free trial is in there. If you guys get in there and you love what you see, stick around. If you get in there, you watch some courses and you think you don't gain any value from it, cancel it. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I spend a lot of time making this stuff, and I just want a lot of people to see it. So you guys coming to this, thank you. And as a thank you, there's that 7-day trial for you guys where you can get in there and check it all out. So That's kind of it for today, guys. I don't see anything in the Q&A, but I'm gonna stick around till the top of the hour anyway. And yeah, throw it in there. Really, guys, I would love to do some webinars as suggestions from all the people that attend these. So shoot them to me, send them to me, whatever you got to do to get them in front of me. I'm very available here, LinkedIn, so on. And yeah, I hope you guys walk away from this thinking I learned one new thing today. I saw one new thing. My eyes are open to one new way of working. And yeah, I hope it was useful. I hope it was a good use of everybody's time. And I will see you guys on the next one. I'll be announcing what I'm presenting on next on Monday. And we'll do this again, same place, same time next week. All right, guys. I'm going to stick around for 3 more minutes, but otherwise, have a great rest of your week.